ODM leader Raila Odinga, who now says he stands by a decision taken earlier by the party to have the Auditor General audit a probable loss of COVID-19 funds. He says nobody should be spared, including his relatives, if found culpable. Raila's statement comes as pressure continues to mount on President Uhuru Kenyatta to address the runaway corruption that threatens to eat into his legacy.
ODM party leader Raila Odinga has personally waded into the saga surrounding theft of public funds in the war against COVID-19 pandemic, supporting an earlier position taken by the ODM through its Secretary General Edwin Sifuna. The position of the party in the current allegations of corruption in COVID-19 related resources is that the government needs to conduct a thorough and urgent audit of all the funds that have been put at the disposal of the various agencies, departments and ministries to fight the pandemic with a view to establishing the facts on usage of such resources. The former Prime Minister says the allegations are grave and wants stern action taken against anyone found with their hand in the cookie jar. The statement continues, ODM will not defend anyone, including members or relatives and friends of its officials, found to have benefited from funds and other resources meant for fighting the coronavirus pandemic. But the proposal to have the Auditor General look into the matter has its challenges. Amani National Congress leader Musalia Mudavadi believes that the route would be a subtle way of cleansing those in the wrong.
The Office of the Auditor General is an independent institution. It cannot work under the direction of anybody other than what is provided for in the Constitution.
The National Assembly is now looking at the 2017-2018 audit report, and NTV has learned there is a push to have a member of the ODM party, and most likely from the Public Accounts and Investments Committee, petition the House for a special or forensic audit paid for by Parliament to fast-track the investigations.
That was a very cheeky way of saying that let the Auditor General do the audit first. But if they have a backlog of 2016 or 2017, 2018, that is where they will start. So by the time they come to audit these funds, if they're following the procedure, and that is what they would do, then you would be getting the report of the 2020 maybe 5 years down the line.
Raila's statement also defended his party's stance on corruption. The Orange Democratic Movement's record of commitment to fighting corruption and safeguarding public resources is well documented. As pressure mounts for culprits involved to be arrested, 25 lobby groups, both governmental and non-governmental, have asked President Uhuru Kenyatta to come out and speak against rampant theft now being witnessed, saying it stood in the way of his legacy. This as countrywide protests continue to be witnessed. Today, a section of the civil society in Nakuru and Kisumu staged protests calling on the government to act fast on corruption.
Because of theft that is happening in this county, because of theft that is happening in Kenya, donors are withdrawing their support. And as we said, when that withdrawal happens, it's the poor people who will die. Yes. As patriots, we are not going to sit aside as the county and the government of Kenya commits a genocide against its people.
The protesters vow they will not relent until action is taken against the perpetrators. Kennedy Muredi, NTV.